What's up, guys? Welcome back to Road to the 2 Comic Club. Today's January 4th, Thursday, and let's just see how we did today. We did pretty well, so let's just have a look. Alright, so we made a little bit more today. Really excited. I'm hoping it is starting to slow down, though, a little bit, so I think tomorrow I gotta look at selling something or just be willing to brace myself for a hit that might come next week. I know NVIDIA's been on a huge run, and they went up even more today, and so yeah, so let's just look at the percentages and see how we did. Our best performer was Domino's Pizza, so I'm very excited about that. It's nice to see them starting to climb back up again, and you'll see them on the watch list. But okay, so yeah, and then we have Micron, you know, Citigroup, Citibank, whatever you want to call it, Citigroup, okay, and then JP Morgan. But yeah, another one was General Motors had a good day, and so a lot of good performers today. In terms of ones that went down, we still have Intel suffering from that that whole scandal, or not really scandal, just like bad publicity with the vulnerabilities in the Intel chips, which is actually really bad. But I mean, they're releasing patches for it, from what I'm understanding, and I hope they can bounce back, because otherwise I really need to look at selling these pretty quickly. Okay, so Tesla also struggling a little bit with their production. Again, I think it's just a problem that they'll fix eventually, and so I'm going to hold on a little bit longer with Tesla and see how they do. But anyways, let's look at the watch list. By the way, the Nasdaq went up 12.38 points today, and the Dow went up 152 points. I think that was their best day of the year so far. They just surpassed 25,000, and yeah, that's just amazing. But let's look at this watch list. The blockchain one went up again. And then let's see, we have AMD, and Wix is really doing really well. I've been seeing a lot of ads on YouTube for Wix, and I just saw an ad with Will Ferrell, and so that's why I added them to my watch list, because I might be looking to invest in them. And look at their chart; they have a really pretty strong chart in the last year or so. And let's look at the 5-year. So yeah, if you look at the last 5-year, they had a really strong year in 2016. 2017 just kind of been all over the place, but they did finish above where they started. So you can see how it's green here. But yeah, I mean, that could be a good stock worth looking at. So let's go back down to the watch list here. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, we got Domino's Pizza. Really, they're almost back at $200. And then we have, you know, some other ones here you can see. And then here's the second page. We got Red Hat in the green. GoPro still struggling, but not really too confident with them. Then we got NVIDIA. Where is that? Okay, right here. So they're up again today, but a much smaller gain than prior. And then let's look at Netflix, also up today, but not as much as before, so they might be topping off. I'm not sure. I gotta keep a close eye on these, because these went on huge runs, and I don't know how much more steam they got left in them to keep running up. So here's the rest of the watch list, and yeah, so that takes care of that. And actually, let me talk about this. As these stocks were all on the top yesterday, they're all down today, so not exactly sure why, but it is something to keep an eye on. These stocks are probably really volatile because they're so cheap, and so just like with hemp, you've seen how these performed the last year. These kind of go all over the place. We've had days where they went up like 70% in a day, and then they have days like this where they're down like 20%. So yeah, definitely not putting a whole lot of money into them, but it is something to just keep an eye on. Alright, so I have to tutor someone for an hour, then I'm going to come home and just do some more editing, but I'm going to look at some headlines for stocks and then talk about some cryptocurrencies later tonight, and then we'll wrap up the video. So, with that said, we'll see you guys in a little bit. By the way, it's a 2,000-piece puzzle that me and my girlfriend did. It took like a week. Lots of hours on that thing. Anyways, so I got sucked into a black hole again about cryptocurrencies, so I apologize. I was researching, and then I got sucked into some YouTube videos, and I got sucked into researching the best exchanges, because some sites are saying that everything's a scam, but I think that they were putting fake reviews. I don't know. It's really hard to trust the internet with information sometimes. And so I think my final decision on exchanges is I'm going to stay with Binance, because a lot of people recommend it. It's like one of the most used exchanges, but I'm also going to try to get into some United States-based exchanges to put some money in there, just to kind of diversify where my money is so that it's safer. But anyways, I wanted to talk about some things. So first, a couple days ago, I forgot to mention with Netflix, an analyst said that they were basically miles ahead of the competition in terms of content and minutes watched, and I do think that's 100% true. I just started watching this show called Big Mouth, which was a recommendation of a friend, and it is pretty damn funny, but it's definitely probably going to be mostly geared towards guys. I don't think many girls are going to like it. My girlfriend thinks that shows are stupid, but I think it's hilarious because I kind of have a dirty sense of humor like that. But anyways, I really do like Netflix. I mean, I just think Netflix has just performed so well given the fact that there's so much competition, not just competition from startups, like competition from like YouTube, like Google, Apple, Amazon. Like these are big players, and Netflix is still holding its own, and they don't even have as much money as like Apple, for example, or maybe even Google. So I think I just have to tip my hat to Netflix, whether they go up this year or not. I think they've done so well so far that you just can't help but give them props for doing that well. And so I'm gonna move on to the next ones before I keep rambling, but Domino's Pizza got a recent upgrade by Credit Suisse. I don't know how you pronounce that, S-U-I-S-S-E, but they upgraded Domino's Pizza, gave them a $220 price target, and said that they believe that their recent dip and then a lot of the competition has already been priced in, and they expect them to do very well in 2018. That's about 15% gain from where they're at now. And that's pretty good for a year. 15% for one stock, I think that's really good. Anyways, so with that said, let's go to AMD. AMD, I'm going to read, there's a really good article about, it's called Why AMD is Ripe for a Turnaround in 2018. I'm going to link that in the description. And they are talking about some really exciting things. So, talking about notebooks. So I use a notebook to edit my videos. This one happens to have a NVIDIA graphics card, but they're saying a number of OEMs, original equipment manufacturers, have either committed to or have started launching AMD powered notebooks, meaning like the CPU and the GPU is AMD powered. And AMD announced that they will combine its Ryzen CPUs with the Vega GPU cores in a single platform, it says, to try to boost the power while keeping the power consumption low. And according to AMD, they call this their APU. It could boost the performance of the GPU and the CPU by 128% and 200% respectively. So GPU 128% boost, CPU 200% boost. That's like tripling its speed, and compared to the previous generation. And all the while lowering 58% drop in power consumption. And that's just huge because they can make smaller notebooks, they can make them more powerful and use less energy. That's just awesome. And they received commitments from the likes of Acer, HP, and Lenovo, like 3 really big players in the notebooks industry. So that is just really awesome. And they also recently struck a partnership with Intel to manufacture a high-end notebook chip. So lots of partnerships going on with really good manufacturers, and so I'm really excited for AMD. I'm probably going to look into maybe selling my Intel and putting it into AMD. I don't know. I got to think about that, but I just think that's really exciting news. So with that said, my arm is getting really tired, so that's my cue to wrap it up. So hope you guys like this video. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have any questions or comments about AMD, please comment in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts about them and how you think they're going to do in 2018. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic night, and we will see you tomorrow. Wait, I did forget one thing. I forgot. Now that I'm in cryptos, I want to show you the cryptos real quick. So I'm just going to show you really fast, and then I'll wrap it up. So I apologize. But yeah, one of the stocks that did really well was Tron. They were up over 100% at one point within a 24-hour period. And so that was huge for them. And Ethereum, look at that. They just topped $1,000. I believe today was their first day doing it. So that was just amazing. And yeah, so those are some of the highlights in the crypto space. And Roblox has been getting a lot of press lately. It sucks you can't buy that on Binance, so not many exchanges where you can even get that, but hopefully you can get it somewhere soon. I think Bittrex you can get it maybe, or no, maybe that's Siacoin. I forget, but Siacoin is another one that's huge. Let's see if I can find it. Right here, 32. They went up 46% today. That's a ridiculous gain for one day. And I believe you can get this on Bittrex, but you can't make a new account right now on Bittrex. That kind of sucks. Anyways, lots of big gains today in crypto. Overall, my portfolio, I lost just like 78 bucks today, so not a whole lot, but I'm still really excited about this year, and I'm still up more from cryptos than from stocks. So, all right. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.